two are in this one. Welcome, everyone, to the home of the USF Bulls, Tampa, Florida, and Raymond James Stadium. As we'll see a participant from last year's playoff, the Tulsa Golden Hurricane, taking on one of the top 5 teams in the conference, the South Florida Bulls. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. The Bulls will boot it away to start the game. The returner will field it and try to do some business. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. DB's locked up tight on the receivers. To the ground with the back. Oh, he's got some space. They knock him down, but not before he gets it out to the 21-yard line. Pick up a 4. Let's talk for just a second here about Tulsa. Really interesting matchup here. It's always fun when the top 2 teams in the conference get to square off in the regular season. With all the expansion, it's become a little bit of a rarity, hasn't it?
It has. Obviously, there's so many teams in each conference, but head-to-head still very much matters. So if you're sitting, obviously, at the top like these teams are, the head-to-head this day will really matter down the road.
Yeah, this was a game we circled way back in the preseason, expecting these 2 teams to be as good as they are, and now we get to find out who's the best in conference. Both these teams relishing this opportunity to show not only their opponent, but the rest of the conference who the top dog is.
With a first down, they'll snap it from the 32. Running back searching for a hole. Finding a way to put that foot in the ground and get it up to the 37-yard line.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Pulls it in. It's Green. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short. Tulsa wasting no time. Wide receiver comes in motion. On 3rd and short, trying to impose their will and move the chains. He's got enough, and it'll be a first down for Tulsa.
It's a really good sign if you're on offense here. You're putting it on your offensive line on 3rd down. Critical down and distance, opening drive of the game. Let those guys fire off, get a hat on a hat. You can run the ball, pick up the first. You're around midfield. And all things looking pretty good here early for this offense.
Looking downfield, it's Russ. Makes the catch, it's Green. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down. Man, this sophomore quarterback unleashed a cannon on that one.
The defense just has to do a better job in coverage, guys. They did a great job taking away the quarterback's initial primary target, but then they left that guy completely wide open. Somebody busted on the back end.
Tulsa comes to the line with a 1st and 10. Looking downfield on first down. Touchdown, Tulsa! They took a shot to the end zone and found 6 points waiting on them.
A lot of times you see those receivers, as soon as they get by the DBs, you know, that hand goes straight up in the air. I got him. I got to step on him. He got to step on him. And the ball was thrown perfectly out in front. You can see he runs underneath it, gets it, and gets the long touchdown on the go route.
You don't see this very often, an early onside kick when you have the lead. They were ready for the onside kick and executed perfectly, and they secure the football.
Well, I give them a lot of credit for having guts. You normally don't see onside kicks until the very end of the game. Here we are in the first quarter, and they tried one,
just wedges it ahead a bit before he's brought down.
You definitely want to commit to the run game. You want to establish the run game. You want the defense to honor it. But if it doesn't work a little later down the road, you might think about airing that puppy out.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Looking to fire. He's got him. On the move at the 30. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown Bulls. When that receiver got free, it was all over.
And it's so nice to have a receiver like this as a quarterback because you pad my stats. I like those long touchdown passes where I just threw it really short and he did the rest of the work.
And he puts through the extra point. Aggressive play calling on that drive. Just 2 plays, they get the long touchdown pass to pay it off. He'll bring it out. It's Green. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Golden Hurricane offense comes back onto the field. They cashed in on a short field last time they had it, and now they'll go to work from their own end. Dropping back, it's Russ. He's going to run it.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center. Nowadays in football, you can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease.
And a really nice setup here to take a shot if they want. 3 receivers to the right. Wants to go up top. Throws to the wideout. A strike downfield. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down.
As a head coach, you love it when your quarterback is locked in early. Opening drive, throws a touchdown pass. Really nice throw on that last play. Here in the second drive, he's firing on all cylinders. You can tell this guy did his homework coming into this game, and right now it's paying off.
It'll be a first down from the 49-yard line. Looking to throw on first down. Quarterback moving. Going to try to get it himself. It's a fumble. Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover.
And this QB has the ability to make huge plays and scramble around and do things off schedule. But that time he coughed it up. Did a great job of getting outside the pocket, but the defense closed in, forced the fumble, recovered it. Great job by the defense.
South Florida ready to send the offense back onto the field. They evened things up the last time they had it, and the defense helped them out, and a chance breaks into the open. He'll go out of bounds inside the 40. They'll mark it at the 39. That throw and catch, a really good example of why coaches don't want a quarterback to get stuck on a particular target, isn't it, David?
Yep, it's exactly right. Find the guy who's open because you got so many guys that have so much speed that can do so much damage on the field. Find my matchup, get it to him, let him do the rest.
And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
Second down, they'll go to the air. They're working that left side. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
On third and long, trying to convert through the air. Finds his man. And the tackle is made, but there has been a flag thrown. Just an obvious holding call there, and one that just kills an offense's momentum. lining up to convert third down. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
South Florida.
Coming to the line of scrimmage on third down. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Makes the grab. At the 35, he's got room. Ripping through the defense and getting it all the way down to the 24-yard line.
One of the things I love about this wide receiver, it's not all bombs and posts and go routes. Third and long, you just kind of run him not too far down the field. He makes the catch, and he's so dangerous, making moves, using his speed and elusiveness. He finds a way to get that first down and keep the offense on the field.
That's what players call a 7 route, and that receiver ran it to perfection.
And the Bulls trying to pay off the threat on first and goal.
Roll it. Easy.
They'll try to get it in with the run. And he takes it in for a score. Touchdown Bulls. Follow the block. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and, slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. He'll bring it out. It's Green. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. They'll start this drive from the 18-yard line. Wide receiver going in motion. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. Got the first down and more. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
Good enough for a first down.
Okay, ready?
We're through one, and what a back-and-forth battle between these two quarterbacks as we look at the stats. They flipped into the field, and we're ready to play. So first down here as they go back to work. They'll move the wide receiver. To throw, it's Russ. Release to the back. It's complete. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be second and just a few breaths away from the first down.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
The Golden Hurricane might just throw this thing deep on second and inches.
29 Philly. 2-9 Philly.
Here's the handoff. Drag down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down.
It's great to have a physical offensive line that you can count on, that you can just lean on them up front and fall forward and get first downs. Man, what a comfortable, what a nice spot to be in if you're an offensive coordinator.
Tulsa comes to the line with a 1st and 10. Catch in the middle, it's Smith. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. Wide receivers everywhere on 2nd and 6. A designed run for the quarterback. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
Tulsa trying to power ahead on 3rd and short. To the ground to try to move the chains. They'll move the chains. Good execution on 3rd down. They've got it at the 41. Tulsa wasting no time.
Really nice run there, picking up the 1st down. Now they're right back up to the line of scrimmage, ready to go again.
Got his man. Perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle at the 17.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
Just moments ago, the Golden Hurricane stuck in its own end, and now they're generating some momentum. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
If you're going to stop the run game, you better be physical up front on the defensive line. They've got some maulers. They've got some dudes with bad intentions. Nice play there.
Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10.
Here we go.
Pulls it and fires to the left. Ran through the contact. Good throwing catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in. The defense uses their 2nd timeout of the half as they try to get their act together. Tulsa will come to the line on 1st and goal. Motion from the wide receiver. Trying to barrel in. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
And nice job by the defense staying glued to him. Getting him on the ground as soon as he catches the football. Knowing he's a threat. I'm not going to let this guy get out of my sights. Nice job by the D.
Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? He'll run it to the middle, looking for the end zone. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Golden Hurricane. That was an absolute sledgehammer of a drive, just taking the air out of the ball.
And it's hard when you run that many plays not to make a mistake and throw an interception or get penalties and put you in a bad spot. But the offense just strung play after play after play together and got in the end zone.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Dynamite matchup in the Big Ten, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. Minnesota is on the ropes, and it's like they're looking at their corner and saying, no mas. The type of performance we're just not used to seeing in Minneapolis. They're trailing by 21 to Michigan. It's an outcome that, if it holds, will have Big Ten fans buzzing all week. Guys?
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. South Florida has it back, and the Bulls offense will return to the field. They saw what happened on that last scoring drive, and now probably... There he goes! Crosses the 30 to the 31 on a 6-yard pickup.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you could turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
The Bulls with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. From the gun to give, looking for room. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
I'll tell you, this defensive end, not only can he pass rush, but he can play the run as well. You see him beat the offensive lineman there trying to block him and get in the backfield to make that tackle for loss. That was impressive.
He wants to throw it. Caught behind the line. It's Fung. He ended up going backwards on the play, and they will not convert that third down.
And, man, that is not the third down execution you want. Trying to get it to a playmaker so he can make plays. He gets nowhere, actually loses yards, and brings up a fourth down now.
Touchdown, Tulsa! Special teams coming through, the third aspect of the game, delivering big time. The return man takes it to the end zone himself, and now he'll give his team the lead.
And your defense made a big stop. You think you're getting the offense, the football back, but how about special teams coming through in a big way to take the lead for you, get some excitement, get some juice back on your side.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Wide open downfield. They finally get to him. What a play there to pick up the first down.
Good enough for a first down.
They came out hot on this drive. One play and already near midfield. Tight end now in motion. They'll run it from the gun. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Goodness, that happened fast. He was in the backfield before the ball was even snapped.
Oh, man, adrenaline pumping, heart beating a little faster. There is some intensity on that one. Plucks it out of the air. Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be first down. That big pickup on what they call the drag route, but if you hit it on time, you can hit the turbo boosters.
And you've got to be accurate on the throw, too, Reese. Nice job by the QB there, putting it out in front of his receiver to make an easy catch and then advance it.
They make the stop, not a whole lot of ground picked up there, and they'll have work to do to get the first down. Now on second down. Back to pass. On target over the middle. They make the stop, but not before he sets them up with a first and goal from the 10.
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be that deep. You got to wonder if the receiver decided maybe to adjust the route a little bit to make sure that he got the first down.
And backed up, first and goal. This defense fighting to hold the lead and carry it to the locker room. Wants to go up top on first down. And he drops it. Just took his eye off of it at the last minute.
Timing has got to be so critical when you're trying to throw the ball down close like that. They didn't have great timing on that one.
Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Motion from the back. On second down, he'll try to make the connection this time. Touchdown, South Florida. Quick strike through the air for the score.
Nice job putting a drive together. Nice job punctuating the end of the first half. There's still some time left, Palmer, but they can tie this thing up right now.
Yeah, and this is a staff that has so much confidence in their offense. I like staying aggressive right here, going for two, taking the lead into halftime, and putting a ton of pressure on the opponent.
And the extra point is good. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them.
Set to kick this one away.
Coming out with it, it's Green. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. A lot of work to ado as this drive will start from the 16-yard line. To the air, it's Russ. Looking down the middle. Complete to the right. Gets it down to the 33. They pick up the first down. Got to use their time wisely.
Brought down at the 33. And first down for the offense.
Looking to throw on first down. That's reeled in. It's Clark. He'll be stopped and forced out of bounds. Mark it at the 47-yard line, and this offense is going to work.
Out routes are very much about timing. It's got to be a quick, decisive movement from the quarterback. As soon as he sticks that foot in the ground, you know he's breaking out. Throw it right now so he can go make you a play. Great pitch, great catch.
Here comes the offense on 1st and 10 from the 47. To the air on first down. Looking for a deep man. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. Bringing it back. They get him down at the 36. It will be a first down.
I love when people start to understand what we're doing defensively. If they're going to pass the football and that's where they're going to live, well, I'm going to live in dime. I'm going to bring more defensive backs on the field so I can cover more of these speed guys that they have out there. Great job by the defensive back, breaking on the football, making the INT, making the DC look very smart.
Wants to throw on first down. He makes the grab.
And I love when my quarterback sees zone and knows exactly where to go with the football. Sees the wide receiver running the drag route, knows when to throw it, pulls the trigger for the easy completion.
Clock winding towards 0. They'll get one more snap off. They'll leave it with him. Got enough for the first, and he's still going. He goes out of bounds right at midfield. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. Ready to go here in the second half, and Tulsa will kick it away. And he's going to bring this one out. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. South Florida ready to send the offense back onto the field. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
Yeah, and it's been a good game. I mean, it's been a little bit of back and forth and a feeling out process. And now once you get in the second half, who's going to get aggressive, Palmer? Who's going to take some shots, try to make some... really go for it.
Yeah, it's interesting. I think as play callers right now, you learn a lot about these coaching staffs with respect to who does make the best adjustments. There's a lot of coaches that believe we're just going to be who we are. We're going to keep doing what we do. We're just going to do it better. But then there are others that tweak things a little bit on offense and on defense.
Turning it on. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down.
I love playing man-to-man defense, and I love getting up in your kitchen and jamming you at the line of scrimmage, but it's really hard when they start running these crossing routes and drags and ends because now I'm in chase mode, and the QB has a little bit of space a lot of times, and those fast guys can create some separation and get a first down like they did there.
Quickly complete. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down.
That's a good job by the drag route there, understanding its zone coverage. So instead of continuing to run across the field, he settles down into an open spot, making it easy for his quarterback.
And the Bulls can really attack on this second and short. Looking to fire. Throws to the tight end. Connection to the right. And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a first down.
Yeah, I tell you what, these big-body tight ends that can catch the football in the corner routes, it doesn't have to be a perfect throw. You know, usually you got littler guys, it's hard. You got to put the ball more on the money, but this big dude can just go up and get it. You just throw it near the sidelines, he'll do the rest.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
The Bulls with a second and short to keep this drive moving. On the move, it's Funk. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. And the Bulls in the hurry up. They'll try to drive ahead on third and short. How in the world did the offense retain possession? I don't know if it was luck or aggression or just a fortuitous bounce, but at least they've got the ball back.
Well, one thing I do know, Reese, this running back has got to do a better job with ball security. You cannot turn the football over and expect to win this game. They're very lucky they were able to jump on top of that.
We'll get another look at this Tulsa offense. Wants to throw. It's Russ. Finds his man down the middle.
A nice job by the QB there, timing out that drag throw. It's zone coverage, so he's got to make sure he gets it to his receiver in a window to allow him to catch the ball and then turn it upfield.
Tulsa with the playbook wide open here on second and short. Wants to go up top. Looking to scramble. He'll pull it down and run.
Most offensive coordinators want to be really aggressive on second and short. And I love the quarterback here. He drops back the pass thinking being aggressive. Nothing available. Scramble. Give me an easy first down.
Now on first down from the 30. From the shotgun now. Here's an inside give. Oh, he's got some space. Finally stopped at the 46 after a 15-yard gain.
First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down. Gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. And right now, he's doing some damage on this defense.
He's got it. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football, and a great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting them the football, letting them get some positive yards.
The Golden Hurricane to the line, facing second and short. They go to the ground. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down.
And that's a good second down run. Commit to the running game, run the football. Great gain, great job by the offensive line. Keep it rolling.
Tulsa moved the chains by keeping it on the ground. They might go right back to it here. They'll ride the hot hand. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Well, you love to see that from the defense, right? It's like bend, don't break. They've given up a bunch of plays on this drive, but now that they're getting down close to field goal range, you're seeing them start to stiffen up there.
Yeah, and plays don't matter anymore. Yards don't matter. All that matters with these defenses nowadays is points and limiting them.
Looking to pass. It's Russ. Out of the backfield, he's open. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short game there. Tulsa trying to move the chains on 3rd and short. Touch pass on the jet sweep. Really strong job by the defense. A negative play on 3rd down.
That really nice job by the defense. Understanding the situation. We know they like to run the touch pass. Great job selling out, seeing it, bringing those guys right down, flying into space, getting the fast, speedy wide receiver on the ground. Nice 3rd down stop.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Hey, guys, just wanted to give you a quick update on a game happening in the MAC. Buffalo needs to pick up the pace, but this puppy is far from over. And with this crowd there in Western New York behind them, I'm kind of banking on a comeback. It's just a field goal game. They're trailing by 3 to Akron. The Maction never sleeps, and we'll circle back if anything big happens you should know about.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Power football with the run. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
Man, it's been a surprise today for this offense. Like, coming into the game, we all talked about it. We thought they'd be able to run against this defense that's been run on a lot, and this offense just can't get the running game going. Be interested to see what they do to try to change it up, but somehow, some way, they need that physical ground game.
And they'll move the chains with the first down. That might be it for the 3rd quarter. Big catches, big plays, tons of yards through 3 quarters for these two guys. Here comes the 4th. Time to see who steps up, who makes the winning plays to take home that W. Final stands of the game, and we'll start with the first down. Takes the handoff. It's Fung. Powers through the defender. Continuing to turn and move it forward, and they're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48.
And this running back right now is sending a very clear message. He doesn't want to just be known as a guy that can run around you or run away from you. He wants you to know he can lower the shoulder and get those tough yards if need be.
They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Got it in the middle. It's Hoffman. All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down.
It's not a great feeling on defense, too. When you're blitzing, you're expecting to get a sack. You're expecting to get a hit on the quarterback. If the offensive line and running backs pick it up, because now you have one less guy in the back end trying to cover all these receivers and tight ends, and you know you're in trouble.
And this one will be stopped for no gain.
I know a lot of people are going to look at that play and say, man, that was a bad play. Didn't gain any yards. But that could be the offense maybe setting something up. The play caller is going to remember that last play. He's going to remember how the defense reacted to it, made a quick tackle. They might pump that throw and then hit another player vertically down the field for an explosive play down the line. Just keep that in mind.
Gets it all the way inside the 20-yard line to the 19 before being hauled down.
QBs and wide receivers spend all offseason together throwing the football in air. I mean, really developing that chemistry and timing. Understanding, I get man coverage, I'm throwing this to you right now.
They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. Catch in the middle. It's Fung. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play a wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
Sends it back in motion. Wants to keep it in the air. They go to the wide receiver screen. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Really good defense. You know, you're trying to stay as close as you can to all these targets, and most importantly, those open field tackles and getting them on the ground as soon as they catch it. That's a major deal for defenses, and that was a good example there of it.
And after the incompletion, I know there's a big urge right now to just go for it, right? It's 4th and short. We can seize this thing. I think you just got to do the smart thing. You need a field goal. You're only trailing by a bit. Do the smart thing. take the point, still a lot of football to go.
Absolutely perfect. And guys, we are deadlocked here in the final period. We've got a dandy going here, all tied up in the fourth quarter and about to kick it away. Fielded in the end zone, it's Green. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he had just taken the touchback. Stalls out a little, Jesse. That field goal kicker can knock it in from a long way out.
Well, he's one of the best in the country, Reese, no doubt. But this offense would like him and prefer for him to kick an extra point on this drive. And to do that, David, they've got to have more rhythm on offense.
Yeah, create some more rhythm, create some more explosive plays, and maybe some more balance. And listen, it's nice to have that weapon and kick long field goals. You kick too many field goals, you don't get very many W's.
From the shotgun, the inside give. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. Tulsa wasting no time. Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. Tulsa trying to power ahead on 3rd and short. Looking downfield, it's Russ. Fires to the right. And this is going to be intercepted. A big play in a tie game. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back. The defense was looking for a huge play in this tie game, and they have just given their team a great opportunity.
I think, Reese, at this point of the game, tied late, it's going to come down to who can make the most plays. The defense comes up with a massive play, creating that turnover. Outstanding job by the D. All 11 guys being on the same page, now putting their offense in a great position.
Man, it's nice when you can depend on your big boys up front to make a lane, and you get 5 or 6 yards. You get 5 or 6 yards a pop. You move the ball down the field easily, and more importantly, can get this defense to be more aggressive, to bring DBs close to the line of scrimmage, and then that might open up some big plays down the field.
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. Quarterback making checks. Wants to fire on 2nd down. Got his man quickly. He's close to the 1st down, but they're going to mark him just a little short.
My old coach said, you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
The Bulls are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. They turn to the passing game on 3rd and short. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and 4th down's coming. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Converts on 4th down. Still going. Touchdown, USF. And they grab the advantage, taking the lead here in the 4th.
What a great play call there on 4th down. You know, they script and practice these all throughout the week. You've got to be able to call something that you know you can run in your sleep. Beautiful execution on that 4th down play for a touchdown.
And he knocks the extra point through the uprights. They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? He'll bring it out. It's Green. He only needs a sliver of daylight. He's on the loose. Wide open, and it's a foot race. They eventually chase him down, but what a spectacular return that almost went all the way. they can somehow, some way find their way into the end zone, we'll have a tie game in the fourth. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. And a big opportunity for this offense to tie the game up in the fourth with a touchdown. Didn't get much done on that run. He'll fight his way out and maybe pick up a yard.
And listen, it's tough. It's a tough proposition. This is the top 10 defense against the run. You know they're physical. You know who they are. But you're not going to bat an eye. And you're going to challenge your guys, especially in the red zone, to be more physical, to be able to continue to run the football against a really good defense.
Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Got it behind the line. It's Clark. They go up top to get it down to the 5-yard line as they try to pay off this drive. Keeping it on the ground on 3rd and goal. He's stopped right there, short of the first down, and this defense trying to preserve the lead.
And how about the response from this defense? Put in a horrible situation, horrible field position. Jesse, they bowed their necks 3 times in a row.
Yeah, and it's a sudden change situation, and they practice that all week. You never know when they're going to come up, but you have to have guys on the field playing with a sense of urgency. This has been awesome defensively.
Looking for a man. It's Russ. Now he's going to break the pocket. Lets it fly. Touchdown, Golden Hurricane. Fired in from the red zone for the score.
Great job with the score. And listen, right here at this point in the game, there's still going to be time left. My defense is going to have to make a stand regardless. I'm going to kick the extra point because the field goal still beats me if I go for a 2-point conversion.
Big point after here, looking for the tie late. And he knocks it through for the tie here in the fourth quarter. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Looking for room. It's Funk. Got to be smart, patient, great vision, uses all of that to get to the 29. Timeout called here by the defense. It's the first one they've used this half. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. We'll send the tight end in motion. From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. They'll mark him down at the 40 after ripping off 10.
And listen, the offensive line has to do their job, but a really good job by the running back, understanding where his hole is. Go hit it, get the first down, don't mess around. Nice job following his hole, getting positive yards.
Breaks into the open. Got enough for the first. Plenty of room on that play, and they find their way to the 36.
How about the left side of the line, getting off the ball, creating some holes for that running back to get through, make the big play on the handoff to the left.
When something works that well, you might as well go right back to it. I mean, they showed no indication that they could stop it.
I like to go back to it and hurry up, get to the line of scrimmage quick, run it again.
The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
Softened them up with a run, and now they're thrown. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
3rd and long, defense knows the pass is coming, so they're going to have guys with their eyes on the QB, but they're going to try to get to him with pressure, pinning their ears back. If you're on offense, you might be thinking blitz here. You better get rid of this one quick.
Kill.
throw for it. Oh, and it's picked off. This could be huge in a tie game. Takes it the other way. Finally brought down, but what a play, not only to get the football, but to flip the field position with the return. We'll get another look at this Tulsa offense. Now, they need to pick up just a few more yards here to get within the kicker's range, David.
No doubt, Reese. We got to take care of the football, but we're trying to get as many yards as we can. Jesse, let's make this thing as easy as possible on our kicker.
You're right. And listen, you've got some time, too, so you don't got to panic here. Just pick the right play and go execute.
And he finds some solid space, makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop him. Tulsa with the playbook wide open here on 2nd and short. Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks with the first down. They'll get the timeout with 5 seconds remaining to play. They'll send out the kicker here. They'll get the timeout with 5 seconds remaining to play.
Timeout, South Florida.
They'll try to salvage a field goal on this drive. Smashes it between the uprights. They have taken the lead in the final seconds, guys, and the celebration has erupted on the sideline.
Big-time moment. This place going bananas, cheering for their squad, cheering for this guy to miss the kick. So he can't take the lead, but he delivers in the clutch, and this place just got really quiet.
Oh, look at Mr. Hands taking the squibber inside the 30. They bring him down. A last gasp effort on that return comes up empty, and that's going to do it for this one. How much fun was that one? I mean, you just dream of having games like that every time you go into the booth. I'll watch those two teams play anytime.
Yeah, that's what's fun about good teams. Really good teams squaring off. Like, there wasn't a lot of difference between these two squads. We could watch these every week. Love calling these games because they're competitive. Great talent on the field. Palmer, unfortunately, somebody had to lose.